Welcome to the lovely Palm Springs. See the aerial tramway. And of course they don't have any homeless problem at all. What's that smell when I'm walking through downtown? Oh, it's just urine and feces. It's fine. I'm sure that's just fine. Yeah, I'm sure that's just fine. It's only a house with 5 cars in the yard over there. There's absolutely no need for those bars, you guys. Right? In this area, yes. Wow, that is a fortress. Holy crap. Meth lab alert. Holy mackerel. That is bad. Oh. Whew. This is the good part of town. And a newer home that's jacked up. Lovely. The garage door doesn't work anymore. It's okay. Just leave it there, for God's sakes. I don't know what happened with the column on that fence. Private property. Somebody tried to fix this house up. It didn't work. Ooh. Oh. Just stolen goods all over the place. Wow. Ooh, man. Ooh. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse. Holy mackerel. Just festering piles of poop everywhere. Oh, this is lovely. That is quite stylish, I think. The wood in the window just kind of messed it up, darn. You see? This is what happens when you have a meth lab in your house. So learn a lesson, guys. Wow. Holy crap, this is bad. And the backyards are even worse. Wow. Yeah, and they have a Corvette? I'm sure that's stolen. Ugh. Look at that wall. Jeez. Somebody's trying here, I think, but it's not working very good. Whoa. That is bad. And the best part is the cars. Look at this. Lovely. Auction car all the way. Blown off roof. Just leave it that way. It's fine. And then this one's got solar panels. I don't know why, but ooh. Oh man, that's just, they covered it with bushes. Thank you. But the other side of the street is just as interesting, guys. Ooh. Oh man, a bunch of guys on the fence. I better get the hell out of here. That doesn't look very good. I don't think they like being filmed either. These guys, ooh, this looks bad. Oh my God. Whew, this is scary. I tell you guys, I gotta get out of here. Holy crap. Watch out for the criminals. Here they come. Blow some stop signs and get the hell out of here. And just to welcome you, this nice pile of garbage. And this stuff over here. Lovely. Along with this upstanding citizen right here. Whatever that is, it's lovely. Along with this over here. Nice. And I've just barely got into town. Yeah, that door was not broken into. Nope. That's lovely. Huh. I wonder if that car's insured. So let me ask you guys something. If you were homeless and you were broke and you had nothing, would you be just sitting there like that? I don't think I could possibly do that. I'd be constantly trying to figure out how to get out of the situation. No way I would just sit there. It's because most of them are on drugs or alcoholics, tons of different things, or alcohol abusers, let me put it that way, and criminals. So check out this house in an eye full of that loveliness. Wow, that is just wrecked. This one looks a little rough too. The roof is like rippling up. Because we're in the good part of town. They do have really nice areas, of course, but we're not going there today. We'll go see all the nice, lovely stuff, the homeless, filth, and dirt that's in this city. And look at this. I think I'm gonna stop and get one. That looks pretty good. So I wonder what happened here. Pretty nice Mercedes. Got some, like the tire is just splitting away on it. Been sitting there a while. A little flattage going on over there, isn't it? Lovely. And right next door you got these really nice homes. This part of town is just hit and miss. And you know why? It's because this is where they call the windy section of town, and nobody wants these homes other than, I don't know, a lot of them are rentals. There's some interesting things down here, but it is very hit and miss. You just don't know what you're getting. And some people will call that up and coming. And this guy came up with a great solution. Lock them up windows. So when you're out of town, you can just roll them up and lock them. Good idea, actually. I wonder if they're bulletproof. Well, this guy resorted to the traditional bars. Nice. Right next to all these really nice homes. Quite interesting. All these are gotta be occupied, I'm sure. Every house. Housing shortage too, right? No, it's fine. That's just fine. Here we go. East of Sunrise, that's where it all kind of gets interesting. No need for those bars, I'm sure. And lots more appealing paint. And is that snow on the windows, or they just overspray them? I think it's adequate to say overspray. Possibly vacant. Oh, this one sure looks bad. Wow. Huh. Well, I guess with the faded paint, this one's really nice, but I guess with the faded paint, you know, it's understandable with the prices of paint in California. They're double what they are in every other state because of the laws that they made on paint to make it so expensive. Oh boy. Not very manicured there, are they? And that's a decent one right here. Nice. Kind of weedy and weird, but it's, you know, it's not too terrible. Okay. And that's not a, oh, maybe it is. Somebody got a good idea. I did see a cord plugged into that motorhome. Step it up and buy a Mercedes and rent it out. Good idea. Great. I'm sure there's absolutely no need for those bars on the windows. You should just take them down. Ooh, huh? They still have Halloween decorations up? Holy mackerel. Maybe he just likes skeletons, I don't know. Kind of weird. Oh, I guess they're just putting in a pool. Whatever. I thought California put a stop to all those pools. Interesting color on that fence. Matches really nicely. What is that? Cluttery. Yikes. I was working at a job out here, and I stopped at the paint store in town, and I had to run back to my truck, and of course the guy was leaning in there to grab a couple things, and he ran to his car, and I chased him to this area of town, so I know it's a good area. Absolutely. Just so you know, that color as a trim color doesn't work. Sorry. That does. That looks nice. The other house, no. Sorry. Well, I gotta tell you, the guys see me drive by slowly, and they're just looking at me to see if I'm one of the cluckers for the neighborhood. I drove my non-tinted windows version of this. So how many houses has that been so far that have had boarded up windows? That's another one. I think I've seen 4 in this area. That looks interesting. Rock on the front. I like that front entrance. Man, that's like way out. And just so you know, flat roofs were the cheapest way to build a home. That's why they're over here in this area. All the youngsters think they look so cool. They do. Just so you know, the nearest lake or ocean is like well over 100 miles away. Quite interesting. Right in the front yard. Love it. But it was a really nice boat. I wish I had it. Actually, I think it's closer to almost 200 miles to the nearest body of water around here. And right near the vacant homes, there's this really nice one. That's interesting. 2 different colors of garage door. Ooh, boy, what happened here? Is that vacant or he just left it that way? Well, as a general rule, the further east you go, the more interesting it gets. Another house flipper trying to turn a shite hole into something desirable. But if I was buying, just so you know, east of Sunrise, I think north of, I'm trying to think of the name. There's a weird name. Vistachino, I think, can be pretty rough. I would not recommend buying out in this area. And there's lots of wind a lot of times. Really weird though, it's no wind today, and it should be. Look at the clouds. That usually tells you, ooh, yuck. That really tells you there's kind of a windy situation happening. I mean, you could say this area is up and coming until the next big foreclosure run, and usually it's the first ones to go. So that one's a little sketchy. Is that a Christmas wreath? Holy crap. I'm surprised it didn't like fall to bits from the dry air out here. I do have to say, I kind of like the metal fence. It looks kind of cool. Yep, like it. I guess they tore down this whole area. I thought it was a trailer park once or something. Project under construction. That sign looks pretty old. I think they gave up on it. Probably not a bad idea. Probably where a lot of the drug users were. But there's plenty around here. Believe me, we'll be going to look for them a little bit. I think the drug of choice out here is methamphetamine, just like most places. And good old fentanyl and heroin. Love it. But there's a lot of alcoholism here too as well. So it does make it quite diverse. Well, I have to say it does look somewhat improved since I was here last time. But it's also because we're in a real estate boom and people are just willing to live about anywhere. That does not work. Okay, this area is a little more interesting. Yeah, that's about where I chased that guy one time, right into this area. Lovely. But they're trying to make them up and coming, I suppose. Except for the trim, it needs a little bit of paint and some stucco work there. I know, it's really expensive. And it is. And whose fault is it? It's not because the painters are gouging you. Believe me that. It's all the new laws. They tax the living crap out of every chemical and even the paint itself. Oh, there's a rental out front. Lovely. Thank you. Oh, that's great with the bars and everything. Ooh. And the nice convertible top on that car. That was nice. But it's all the new laws, guys, that came out from the state of California with Jerry Brown and good old Gavin Newsom. Have taxed the living crap out of paint chemicals and all that other stuff so that they're so expensive that it just makes it really expensive to get your building painted. Does he have some killer warnings on that? No trespassing, violence will be shot. I don't know what else he has. And another thing over here. So that tells you something good. And all those little things they did to paint raised the price of paint jobs, and that's just one part of the buildings and trades business that they've totally taxed to death. The good old lumber tax, that's another one. Along with additional taxes to bilk all those rich builders. Who do you think pays that? The consumer, by the way. So now you know some of the reasons why housing is so expensive and rents are so high. There's a good reason for that. The good old government. Oh, wow. Is that snow on the roof? No, it's rocks. Really interesting, tall garage doors. Huh. This area of town, boy, look at this nice one over here. Really nice. Oh, and a lovely yard parking piece of filth next door. God, I just don't get this brightness. Please don't. Well, somebody got the right idea. Just bulldoze it and start over. Thank you. I bet that home's going to be lovely. It's just too bad it's in this neighborhood. I'm really not sure what the tarp was for on the side of that house. Just doesn't look very good. Something's wrong. Probably because this neighbor has all these bars. Really does make you wonder. And this guy got the right idea. Getting the hell out of here while the getting's good. And the local house flipper did this one up. I guess that'll be nice. Well, the only thing probably better than a house out here is in this lovely little area is an apartment. How about that? I bet you would just line up and give them money to wait for an apartment in this lovely place next to that pile of trash. Probably only get broken into about every other night. Then you've got this beautiful house right here. No, thank you. Right across the street from these apartments. Yeah. Get your application in now. I know they look pretty nice, but I just wouldn't do it. Just take a look at the cars on the street. Kind of gives you some ideas of what might be going on. There's just a few too many for some reason. Don't know. And then they have things like that. That tells you something. Well, I haven't seen any mattresses. But there's a table out there for someone. At least it's not at the curb. Thank you. Well, they have torn down a lot of the lovely pieces of filth homes over here and put in some really nice ones, but honestly, with the wind out here, it's really not that desirable, guys. This part of town is like wind and sandstorms and all kinds of lovely stuff like that, so you better build a really high hedge like that or something. Otherwise, you're gonna just hate it. That is actually a nice smoke shop. I've been in there. It's actually pretty good. And I don't even smoke, but it had cool stuff in it. Some of the guys that I know smoked the good old ganji, and we were in there for them to get something they needed, which I don't have any problem with, actually. I think that's probably one of the drugs that you can use and not abuse, unlike some of the others. There's a big difference between using drugs and abusing drugs. Trying to get rid of all the pain, that's abusive. Trying to get rid of enough of the pain just to get through, that's using. So what happens is the doctors and all that other stuff, when they prescribe pain medication, you're supposed to use the medication, not abuse the medication and try and get rid of all the pain. Going through pain is part of healing. Feeling pain is important as far as going to recovery. So you have to allow yourself to feel the pain and feel some of the stuff and be okay with it. That's what the biggest problem with is why people are taking drugs, is because, oh, we got to go down here, because they are trying to get rid of all the pain. Cool fence. It's got arrows. I love the gates and fences out here. That's one of the things I like to look at. For some reason, I don't know why, but they're really cool. Yeah. Just wanted to film this little bit of loveliness right here. Ugh. Yuck. Forgot the paintbrush? I know, it's not your fault. You can't afford it. I get it. Really don't know what's going on here. Fence is falling down. Bunch of mail in the mailbox. And weeds. Kind of tells me that it's vacant. Housing shortage. Vacant homes. I honestly think there's a housing shortage because of all this Airbnb stuff. There's so many empty homes from that. Pretty soon everybody's going to figure out that that wasn't a very good idea. Wow. You know, a lot of the tweakers know that they just push their way right through these bushes and go cluck at night inside there. Hope you all got cameras if you live out here, because that's the only way you can. And even then, you know, it's like it's under 950 bucks. You just kiss it goodbye. Just write them a ticket if they even find them. In fact, they won't even look. So crime like that's going to go up for sure, with lovely laws like that made by our government. So let's go downtown and see what's happening. What happened to the Village Inn? I guess it didn't make it. Great location, and it still didn't make it. Or they just gave up on it, I don't know. Kind of a neat building. Maybe it has to do with some of these people here. Or these guys here, right up the road from the other ones. Spun duckies? I'm guessing yes. You shouldn't call methamphetamine users that sort of thing. You should not call them prostitutes. They're sex workers, for God's sakes. Why? Is it because you call them all the time? You don't want to be looked at like a John, do you? Cool old car. Gangster mobile. Cool. There is a lot of interesting stuff in Palm Springs. It is kind of fun to visit. Another look at this guy. Is that a festering trash can, or is that some homeless camp? I guess it's somebody's trash. Oh, that lady did not just throw some trash on the ground right back there. Holy crap. What's the bag for? Yep. Was a pretty clean looking guy holding that bag back there. Homeless guy, I guess. Somebody way over there hiding out. Let's see. Hiding today. Those guys aren't just riding for exercise, that's for sure, on that bicycle back there. Are they still doing that? Wow. Look at this gentleman here. Wow. He's all made up over there. Looks like he's taking his afternoon nap so he can go clucking tonight. Well, I figured that's a good place to lay down. He's fine. Sort of a nice tourist attraction. So, is this a thing? This is really weird. It's like building ruins, and just kind of left it here. Like, it makes me think that it looks like they left it here for artwork. Then you see the trash and you just kind of go, well, maybe not. Don't really know. It sure is strange. Look at that bag of something up there. And somebody's something. Who knows? Maybe it's inside there. Used to be a parking structure or something? Weird. Stairway to nowhere, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's just ruins. I don't know if I like it or I think it's just weird. This is colorful, like I say. And Frosty the Snowman. Christmas? Kind of artistic, I suppose. This doesn't have some of these names on it, like oh, these things over here. I don't know what they were doing there. That's like tagging to me. Weird. Well, it's starting to rain. So now the homeless guys are probably going to try and find a place to hide. Look at that weird stuff. What's a stairway? Oh, there's an underground parking lot down there, huh? Bet you if you go down there, you'll probably find some homeless people. They didn't make these things very high. You just go down there. Let's look. Well, there's a door down there on this thing. Here, look. So you could get in there, but underneath that stairway, that's free game. So anyway, it is kind of a lovely thing to see. I don't know if I like it or not, really. What do you guys think? I don't know. So, part of it looks kind of neat when you kind of see the whole thing from back here, you know? Then part of it just looks like it's really kind of run down. I guess underneath us is a parking structure, I suppose. That's what I'm thinking. It was underground at one point. And now they've been tearing out stuff over here, and they moved the Starbucks. So we're getting a little rain. It's gonna make it a little interesting to film through the windows. So we'll see what we come up with. Usually the rain stops at these mountains here and doesn't get over on this side very well, so kind of broke through right now, so we shall see. It's funny watching people wait for the Ubers out in the rain. Legit people, I'm saying. It's like, I've never seen this before. It never rains. It doesn't rain very often in Palm Springs, guys. Looks like whatever was here kind of closed up. Oh, what was there? I can't remember. It looks pretty darn closed up. Oh, I think that was a club back in the 80s. If I remember right. Yeah, where they had all these bikini people and all this stuff and the spring breaks, and they shut it all down. That was the only good times they ever had out here. One thing I do like about Palm Springs is the sundresses. They're great. Quite a special guy over there too. Another look-see. Up here, a lovely homeless camp. Yeah. Saw a pretty young girl come out of there. Pretty sad. Let's see if she's still around. She's heading this way. Yeah, that's her right there. Probably wouldn't even think she's homeless until she breaks the glass in your car and robs you. And all the really good, thriving businesses here, they are just so good. Look at that. That is a nice, thriving business. Palm Springs, where everything just rolls. Look at that. Had to keep them out of there. And look at here. That's lovely. It's just like, come camp, please. Come break our windows out and camp in here. This is the perfect place. Jeez, oh. Look at that. Man, this is like right in a desirable area in Palm Springs. It's available. Yep. You probably can get it pretty expensive as well. They're so greedy that they just want to make ridiculous amounts of money on it, so they don't rent it out at all and let it get run down. Thank you very much, property owners. Is that a different guy? I think so. I think that's one over there too. Yeah. Not the one holding the bag, but the one behind him. Didn't anybody ever teach these guys that the cities, that if they let one guy do this, then they're going to have to let them all do it? Selling frutas, I suppose, or something. Pretty soon you're going to have 50 guys doing that if you let one. Well, what do you want to know? They're a bunch of Democrats. That's why they do it. They don't realize that that's how it happens. You let one little thing slide, and then all of a sudden, it's a whole slew of it. Just so you know, there's no business license, nothing like that. They just stop and sell that stuff. If they had a way to get them licensed or whatever, then it wouldn't be a problem. Then you could have them do food inspections and all that stuff, and then it would limit the kind of stuff that we don't want to have happen, like people getting sick on their food and whatever. Anyway, that's why they have business licenses for food vendors, and you have to get a license to be able to touch food too, so that's important. I know it's a really hard test too. It's like, don't like poop on your hands and then touch food. Make sure you wash every time you use the sink or the toilet. Anybody think that's common sense? Oh yeah, you got to be Republican to have common sense. Democrats need laws for that. Well, I thought they were just tearing her down, but they moved her over here, I guess. I was just gonna look down in here and see what's down in this interesting area. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So they just put some sort of weird artwork down in here. That's fine. It's supposed to be underground parking, I think, but some weird art thing. Okay. It's something. It's something. Kind of weird. And they're still allowing this sort of thing. Outdoor, close the streets off for parking. Guess everybody's worried about getting sick, I suppose. I guess. I thought that was over. It's still going on everywhere in Palm Springs. A lot of places had to pay for permits to do this stuff too. Cities just should have gave it to them. Wow, they made a permanent one, looks like to me, out there. Crazy. This one's made with K-rails, still up. Nobody's in it, but it's still up there. I guess since the cities paid the businesses paid their tax for that space, they're entitled to it. There's another homeless guy over here. That's a whole camp, I think. Alright, figuring it out, I guess. Watch out for the hypodermic needles. You know, camping on the sidewalk like that just bugs the heck out of me, because I don't want to take my grandson walking down here and then, you know, have him step on somebody's needle. You know, they don't deserve that. It's just crazy. In my opinion, all that is just enabling the drug use. It gets giving them a place that they can just use drugs and nobody bothers them. Literally, if we were on the streets, one of us was on the streets, a normal person, tax-paying citizen, was on the streets drunk, walking around, we get arrested. They just let them stay there. It's fine. Man, it's like they're all coming out right now. There's a guy over there behind the building, another one behind another building that's closed, trash over there, guy over there, another guy on a bicycle just rolled up right in the rain, and this guy over here pulling his luggage along. Wow. And this lovely pile of trash right here, and all these ones over here. Look at this. Let me see if I can get my window down for you. So you can get an eyeful. How about that? Wow. Well, I figured out where they all are. They're all on the, I guess this is the south end of town, which is a little different than last time I was here. A lot of them were on the north before, now they're on the south. This business over here closed from lack of business. Done. I honestly think that this year we're going to see a lot of restaurants go under. All the ones that were on the edge from COVID, and then all of a sudden now the food prices are all high because the gas prices were through the roof. And in California, they're even $1 higher than every other state. Sure, that's going to end out really well. And look at that lovely festering piece of garbage car. Wow. Well, I guess it's not raining under that canopy. Found himself a little spot to hang out in that closed business I was showing you, the restaurant. Probably closed from all the COVID restrictions and all the other stuff they had. And the food costs right after that, that's just gonna finish a lot of them off this year. But man, the garbage, man, that's just, come on guys. If you're gonna be homeless, you don't leave garbage everywhere. Don't understand it. This person left a nice present, didn't they? A mattress next to the dumpster. I guess it wouldn't fit. Just drop it off. I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, break it in half and at least put it in the dumpster. Would be very nice. The pop-up colorful artwork out here just cracks me up. Rainbow flags and rainbow stuff. Huh, okay. I get it. I suppose just live the life the way you want to live it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's your life. Walking a bit fast. I don't think that's just because it's rain. Well, they do have a trailer park. It's kind of near that homeless camp area. I mean, I could see why somebody'd want to stay in a trailer here. It's pretty nice as far as being where you're at, but there looks like definitely some special people going on in there. I don't know. Look at that flag and the deck. That's just weird. So is that hotel still open? Golly. Didn't look like it from the back of it. Thought I'd turn around and show you another look of that. He's even got his own gate. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work right for me. Probably the campsite host. See, I saw some boarded windows in the back of this place. Was I right? Maybe not, I don't know. What is that? You tell me. Maybe they're just bright colored doors. Thought it was boarded up, but maybe I was mistaken. Well, they certainly did get rid of the second entrance there, so I don't know, those bushes look kind of overgrown back there. I don't think I'd be staying at that hotel. Oh, look at the rainbow colored part of it. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Definitely on the not list for me. Nope. Ain't staying there. Y'all can do that all you want. I'm not into it. Wonder what happened here. Wow. That's a sight to see when you're going to Mr. Lyon's Steakhouse over here. Go to that place after looking at that. I think I'd just keep driving. So was your guess as good as mine? Was that a Howard Johnson's? Looks like it. No, it's called Ace. I guess whatever. Or spun duckies. You can always tell by the no teeth and jittery movement. Well, a good safe place to stand. The bus stop. Even if you're not riding on it. Yep, just like I always see him in this parking lot right here. always. Yep, dancing away. And no, that's not meth. That's mental illness. Last time I checked, it was meth. Sorry. Now I know why they like this shopping center. There's tons of little nooks and crannies to hide in. You can just duck in somewheres and be invisible. And lo and behold, there's a recycling center right behind. So you can take your cans and bottles back here and recycle. Makes sense. Well, they're usually on this side of the parking lot, but today, people to see a nice RV. I'm certain they're not living in that. Oh, they don't do that. That's not their house. That's the meth lab, for God's sakes. Don't you know? Yeah, they're migrating now. This one here and the woman over there. I know I've seen her before around here. She's a local. Yeah, it's pretty easy when there's lots of closed businesses like this over in this end of town. Yeah, I don't think that was closed last time I was over here. That was a restaurant. Again, like I said, we're going to be seeing a lot more restaurants go under. Look, it's gone. Yeah, see, they don't hang out in this parking lot. Nope, because I got him. He sees them coming. Get out of here. Can't stay here. It's really what you need. Yeah, this part of town has always had homeless people coming and going. No, she's like getting money out or something. Interesting. So are we near the 15th where the SSI check comes out? I don't know, or is it the 30th? I don't remember. There's another guy. Find a little spot there to sit. Nobody bothers him when it's raining. They just kind of let him do that. Yeah, this shopping center was just completely full of homeless guys. They're all through it all over the place. So anyway, but there's tons more around here, and again, they're hiding because of the rain. So anyway, I think I'm going to have to wrap this up. I was going to try and film a little bit more, but it's really hard to do in the rain. It's making it every time I go through that window, it's blurry. It just doesn't look very good. So, but we did see quite a bit of stuff here, and I know there's a whole lot more. I may have to make another trip out. I know I'm going to come out and do some more in Desert Hot Springs. That's just lovely stuff out there. And maybe I'll come by here. It's not that far away, and film some over here. Desert Hot Springs is just so full of just drugs, and a lot of it's out here too. And it's just like I said, you know, they cater to it, and people go, oh well, you know, no, they you know, they're helping the homeless by giving them a place to stay and doing. No, they're enabling them to do drugs in public. That's really what they're doing. So, you know, it's just complete and utter the wrong way. Oh, love the rainbow. Not staying in that place either. Thank you. I'm not into that. Sorry. But I may have to film this again, come out again when it's maybe in the heat or something. I don't know. It might be really interesting. The summers here are just sweltering hot. I mean, it is brutal. I don't know how somebody would want to be outside in that. It just, well, I'm sure they don't want to be. Everybody wants to be inside, but not everybody wants to do the work it takes to stay inside, because it's not easy to live in this world today. I mean, it is expensive to live. And in California, it's even more expensive, and I don't know. I don't know why they think that's so good. Being expensive puts people on the streets, and, you know, puts good people on the streets, and then, you know, so like I said, most of the population that's on the streets is drug users or alcoholics. Okay, most of them. But there are some people that are on the streets because of basically the government, you know, and basically all of them are on the streets because of the government, but the ones that are in the streets because of the government, because of financial reasons, is totally just unnecessary. You know, when you make things so expensive in the state by, you know, building codes, fire sprinklers on every house, you know, solar panels on every house. There's just so many, and the earthquake code for a single-story home is just so ridiculous. It's like the whole house has to be covered in plywood panels, all this code stuff, hardware, and it honestly, if you look after an earthquake and look at old homes like it built in the 50s, 60s, you don't see any of the collapse that were built then in single story. You just don't see it. There's another one. She's homeless, getting money, and they're everywhere. Like I said, they're out, but it's hard to see them, when you're driving through. And then when I'm outside walking, I see 5 or 10 almost every time I get out of the car. But it's just like every little there's a shopping cart out in the middle of nowhere, so someone's over there. This person walking in the rain. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe just strolling, I guess. And another one over there. They're everywhere out here. I mean, literally, there's so many homeless people. It's just crazy. And another one. Just on a different street. And another building for lease. Empty. I'm getting $80 a square foot for that, or I'm not renting it. Period. There it sits, guy. Empty. Makes the area so attractive. Yeah, I said $80, not 80 cents. And I'm not kidding. These guys want ridiculous money. They're entitled to their money because they bought the property. Last time I checked, something is a whole lot better than nothing. Well, anyway, as we leave this Palm Springs, I'm just going to say, you know what? It is what it is. It's a very mismanaged city, very mismanaged statewide. Everything we're going to see, we're just going to see more and more homeless as we keep continuing to bring Democrats into office. They're just too soft. They're too soft. Drug addiction and drug use in public is illegal. Okay? Another for sale. What are they selling over here? What is it? Frutas, I guess. Another frutas. You let one, there's going to be 50 of them. I'm telling you. Oh, we're just being nice to the poor little Hispanic worker. He's really working hard to make his money. Well, make it licensed so you know what you're getting. Jiminy Christmas, I don't know. Maybe at least have a decent looking sign. Spray can. Frutas. I love that stuff. Looks like graffiti on a piece of plywood. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to continue to have this stuff. We're going to continue to have like homeless people, and this young fella behind me wants to haul ass. Look at him with his broken bumper and everything. Yeah, tweaker totally. I don't know. I guess they're just walking their dogs. You never know out here. Who would be doing that in the rain? I suppose it doesn't make much sense. But anyway, but yeah, you got crime, drugs, drug use. All those things are all illegal. And until you put some strict penalties on that stuff and start making the law enforced and enforceable, we're just going to have more and more criminals that are going to breed from that. And people go, oh, well, the small crimes aren't that big a deal. Well, the small crimes all start out as one thing. It's like I said, when you tell your kid, it's okay, paint 3 walls in the bedroom and I'll pay you for the whole room. What happens? All he's ever going to do is paint 3 walls. They learn the wrong way. So they learn to do crime, it pays. If they learn to do crime and it doesn't pay, then they won't do it. That's just, common sense. But, I don't know. People don't have common sense. I think the government has to give you your common sense, I guess. It's so crazy. But anyway. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. And, I wish I could have filmed more of it. There's a ton more to see. I did about almost half to three quarters of the city, really. But, well, the other half is just really, really nice. Okay, we're heading right now north, so on the west side of the main, I don't know what the main street is, I can't remember the name of it. The main street, downtown and all that, the left side of that, all up in the hills, is Las Palmas area. That is like super, 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 super rich. I mean, there's homes up in there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 million. And they're on anything. I've seen one on 9 acres over there. It's crazy. And, you know, and a lot of them aren't even occupied. They don't even live in it, you know. And you can't see them from the street. They're just covered in plants. You know, you can just see their hedge that goes around the front. If you could see them, it'd be kind of cool to look at, but you really can't. So anyway, that's it for that. I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.